Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer magazine update video. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop me a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys. It goes a massive way to helping out the channel too. Now, with this video I want to go through what we should be getting in all the way up to issue 30 of Stormbringer magazine. Now, I use the word should very carefully here. Normally this information I obtain from fohammer.com because they update a blog for it and they're 100% accurate. This information, because Fohammer hasn't been updating, has been obtained from another website that is all translated from a Spanish one. Through a Spanish website has leaked basically every issue. I'm going to go through all the way up to issue 30 so we can cut it off, just in case anything's wrong, so we can work out what we're getting. However, all the way up to issue 25 they are 100% correct, so I think it may be right. I will take this chance all the way up to issue 30 for the time being, and then we'll go through the other issues later on at some point. But otherwise, some really good stuff to look forward to. So, without further ado, let's just skip backwards a little bit to what we've just had. So obviously, issue number 19, we had Guard of Steel Soul, a super cool superhero landing posed Stormcast Eternal hero. A named character for a Stormcast as well. He's pretty cool. I genuinely like the model. I think it's really nice. It's got that interesting pose. Those action poses for models make them look so much better. When you've just got a soldier just kind of stood there, they can look a little bit dull. With this superhero pose, it looks like he's jumping into the action and ready to lay the smackdown on anybody who gets in his way, which is always really cool in my opinion. Issue 20 and issue 21 were parts 1 and part 2 of our Marsh Crawler Slog-Off from the Cruel Boys range. Now, obviously, issue 21 was this week. I haven't got around to building this chappy yet. I do look forward to it though, because it is a super cool looking unit. Very unique. Very interesting ways of painting it up as well, and you can get some really cool looks out of the basing. So basing on these type of models is key. Decorate them, by all means, make them look interesting, because if you don't, it makes the model look a little bit dull. So I personally recommend getting things like 3D printed tufts of grass, whether you use some static grass on there or anything like that. By all means, get what you can and utilize it. It's worth doing. Even 3D printed things like bulrushes makes it look like you're in a bit of a swampy area. Using, I don't know, some epoxy resin to make little pools of water if you wanted to. Entirely up to you. But you can make some really cool looking bases, especially on big bases for units like this, that stand out and make your army brilliant looking. Issue 22, we already know what we're getting. We're getting paint. It's a paint issue. Not super cool, not super brilliant, but the paints are good. So we get Avaland Sunset. Avaland Sunset is a nice dusky yellow, which works a treat. It looks really nice. I genuinely do use it. It's a nice colour as well to have in your paint arsenal. The other colour we get is Gryph-Charger Grey, which is a contrast paint, which is our first contrast that we get with this magazine. There will be other contrasts at some point, I imagine. So we will keep an eye out for them, but contrast paints are really handy. Painting them over certain colours makes their colour pop and changes it dramatically in one coat without too much faffing, which is very nice to have. They're like a very thick wash, really. So really good stuff there. Issue 23, we already know as well that we're getting the LordAquila. So the LordAquila is a Stormcast Eternals unit on a Gryph-Charger. It's nice. I like the Gryph-Chargers. They're big, eagerly horse things. They're nice. They're genuinely cool. They're a nice mounted unit. If I had the money, I genuinely probably would have an entire army of Griff Charger mounted Stormcast Eternals just for a laugh, even with some with the Dracolines and such like that, just because it makes it more entertaining, really, doesn't it? Just because it, you have to have a little bit of fun with these things, so why not? Issue 24 is where we start going into the kind of realms of the unknown, and this should be, well, this has actually been confirmed now on the Hatchet Artworks website, in all honesty, so this is accurate. We get our first Gloomspite Gits unit. It is the Loon boss. I love this guy in his little mushroom hat, everything. He's a brilliant character, isn't he? It's genuinely a lovely, lovely mini to have. I like it. It's cool. It's one of the most fun units you can see, with his little mushroom base, his little weird moon-faced helmet thing, whatever he's got on his head. Pretty cool. I genuinely like it. It's super, super nice, super cool, and yeah, it's our first of the Gloomspite Gits, which is really, really nice. Issue 25, we already know as well. If you look on the Hatchet Artworks website, you can see that it is this Azurite Fountain. So, you get the fountain, you get a chest, I believe, as well. So this is part of our scenery kits. It's not bad. I genuinely actually like it. I like the look of the fountain. The fountain looks nice. It looks good. You can, if you wanted to, with things like this, you can, put a little bit of water effect in the fountain. You can, if you darken it with some dark paint, pigment and stuff like that, you can make it look pretty cool. Just obviously don't put too much in, because it has got that one side that's meant to be a bit broken, so it will spill out. But otherwise, really nice. It's genuinely a nice little bit of kit, so not bad at all. Issue 26 is where we really go into the realms of the unknown. This should be correct though, because as I say, this website has been 100% correct all the way up to issue 25. However, the only things that I don't know is what we get in paint issue, so what colours we're going to get. Issue 26 is one of those issues. It is a paint issue. We could be getting any two colours. I genuinely don't know. We will wait and see. But otherwise, we'll move on. Issue 27 is Griffhounds. So, if you had Mortal Realms magazine, we had 3 Griffhounds with that one. This magazine run, we actually get all 6. So, the unit is meant to be 6 Griffhounds anyway. So, it'll be really, really nice. I like the Griffhounds. I think they're pretty cool. They're pretty nifty. Yeah, they're quite good. So, genuinely, not a bad bit of kit, really. So, I'm kind of looking forward to having them. Issue 28 is more Gloomspite Gits. We get Zarbag's Gits. So, Zarbag's Gits are the Warhammer Underworld set. I like them. They're pretty cool. The Underworld sets are always really, really nice to look at as well. They're genuinely some of the best minis Games Workshop have ever made, because they are really nice, they stand out, they work well on their own, and they work well as part of an army. So really, really nice stuff there. Genuinely looking forward to getting these guys, because I actually been toying with them for ages, whether I wanted to get them or not, and this magazine just solves that problem, and I can pick them up for less than half the price that they normally are, which is always really good stuff there. Issue 29, we could delve into the mysteries of unknown as well. So it's paint again. So 2 parts of paint. What we get, what we don't get, who knows. Hopefully something really good. Probably contrast paints, because I think they'll like to dish those out a bit every now and again. But we'll wait and see. And finally, issue number 30. We go backwards a little bit. We get Hobgrot Slitters. So this is our second and last group of Hobgrot Slitters. So again, like before, we'll get 10 Hobgrot Slitters. Paint them up the same way as you did with your last lot. If you paint them up differently, they'll look wrong. They won't fit in with your army. I still disagree with the magazine of how to paint these up. Don't go green with them. By all means, they're Hobgrots. They're a different breed of grot from your regular grots and your Oryx. Regular grots are green. Hobgrots are not meant to be green. They're meant to look different. They are, in Warhammer Fantasy Battles, they will look down upon by the grots and even by the Oryx. So I personally don't think they should look the same. They should look very, very different because they are, as I say, they're a different breed. So why not do them something slightly different? But otherwise, have fun with them. They're really cool. Obviously, you can have alternate build options for certain ones in there as well. Certain kind of totems that they're carrying, whether they've got slightly different weapons, different heads, that type of thing. So it's not bad. You can change things up a little with these guys. So really good stuff there. So pretty happy. And that's it. That's what I'm going to go through at the moment. I could go for a lot longer. However, I'm choosing not to and err on the side of caution. I will wait up until we kind of know about issues 26 and 27. If they're right, then I'm generally going to say that the rest of the list is right and we'll start going through more of it. But otherwise, thank you very, very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know what you hope to get paint-wise, what other things you'd like to see. Whether you're going to, tell me what army you're doing, what army are you focusing on? Are you going to double up on certain units? So, for instance, Hobgrots, whether you're going to double up on the Gits, whether you're going to double up on your LordAquila, who knows? Either way, let me know what you're going for, what you're focusing on for the run of the magazine. I'd love to hear about it, so why not? Otherwise, though, thank you very, very much for watching. I'll see you sometime soon. Bye-bye now.